At Stewartville, sixth graders donating activity blankets to help with Waseca police officer Eric Matson's recovery. Walls is under self-quarantine right now after learning he came into contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. And we are learning within just the past few minutes, the Associated Press reporting that Joe Biden has won the Democratic presidential primary in Virginia. Under the new hands-free law, it simply means hands-free, meaning hands-free devices like this are recommended. And officials say if you're going to use GPS, map out where you need to go before you drive. Now to the latest on the coronavirus. Today, more charter flights with infected Americans landed in the U.S. Well, switching gears now, looking outside, and Chris, it was an absolutely beautiful day. We sure do have plenty of time to do these experiments at home now with our kids. Yeah, that weather got my kids just excited and talking.
It was crazy
today. It was snowing. It wasn't snowing. It was snowing. It was crazy. Civil rights advocates are calling for Senator Amy Klobuchar to withdraw from the presidential race amid allegations she sent an innocent teen to prison for life.
You're at 5,000 feet here now.
I was given the opportunity to take to the skies.
You're doing just fine.
In the pilot seat.
Speaking of groceries, grocery shopping looks a bit different than it used to. COVID-19 has killed 19 more Minnesotans, marking the largest single-day increase since the pandemic reached the state. The worker tells ABC 6 News that so far, just one of his co-workers has tested positive for the virus. Groundbreaking research comes out of Mayo Clinic every day. Well, this next story is a unique one coming out of northern Iowa. A community worked together to reunite a 5-foot-tall metal rooster to its owner after it was taken for ransom. But get this, the ransom note wanted money for a local food bank. Today, the stock market taking its biggest dive since 1987. Once again, let's take a look at the latest numbers coming in. Again, the Associated Press has declared Joe Biden the projected winner of Minnesota's primary with 38% of the votes. As we just mentioned, Governor Walz signed an executive order aimed at helping small businesses hurt by the COVID-19 pandemic. Those ducks are not social distancing, though.
No.
Hurry up, Leonard.
Good night.
Starts now.
Tonight at 10, 2 men suspected in connection to a shooting in Mississippi are in custody in Zumbrota. What they're doing in our area that got them arrested.
Plus, a Byron family getting ready to travel to Wuhan, China next month to adopt their son will have to wait even longer after the coronavirus put a halt on their adoption process.
But first, a community in shock after a staple in their town is destroyed by a fire. Good evening and thank you for choosing ABC 6 News. I'm Laura Lee.
I'm Rachel Wick.
While the building sustained damage, fire officials say no one was hurt. The building also houses an apartment on the second floor. The tenants were not home at the time of the fire. According to the Blooming Prairie police chief, the first call came in around 6 this morning by an employee of the bakery downtown. Police said at one point the flames were so dangerous for the firefighters that they had to evacuate the building for their own safety. The cause of the fire remains unknown at this time. A GoFundMe page has been set up for those impacted by the fire. You can find a link right now on our website. Blooming Prairie Mayor Kurt Esplin tells ABC 6 News over the phone that he wants to personally thank all of the volunteer firefighters and emergency personnel who helped put out the fire. He also said, though not confirmed, based on the damage the building sustained, it may have to be torn down. And earlier today, first responders were dispatched to a house fire in the 100 block of 1st Avenue Southeast and Dodge Center. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office said there was minor damage to the corner of the house, but the fire was put out quickly. No one was hurt during this incident. Now that February is almost here, the Austin community is getting ready for one of its biggest fundraising campaigns. We're talking Paint the Town Pink. The Cancer Research Fundraiser for the Hormel Institute has raised around $1.7 million over the last 10 years. And to celebrate their decade milestone, the organization is planning new events year-round.
Our hope.
This past weekend, Paint the Town Pink's Fishing for a Cure event raised close to $25,000. Plunging for Pink is set for this Saturday in Austin at Eastside Lake, a very popular event. And Chris, hopefully the weather will accommodate for that big event on Saturday.
Yeah, a little bit warmer.
Chinese officials say more than 100 people have died from the spread of coronavirus. Now, there is a new warning from the State Department urging Americans to reconsider travel to all of China as of this emergency continues to grow. The U.S. government is increasing staffing at 20 airports that contain quarantine facilities to screen passengers arriving from China. The outbreak was first identified in Wuhan. And the outbreak has disrupted a Byron family's plans to travel and fly out to Wuhan next month to adopt a little boy living in an orphanage. Tamara Lawson began the adoption process last Christmas and was set to fly to China to pick up 5-year-old Noah on February 10th. Well, last week she found out the province was closed and all adoptions were put on hold, including her own.
Is new this year as they celebrate their 10th year of fundraising.
Plus, as Iowa gets ready for the caucus next week, a group is holding a mock caucus, how voters can get a better understanding of the process.